Hey, so in today's video, we are talking about the top 5 mistakes which I did that cost me well over 30 lakh rupees in my agency business. So these are not just like random mistakes, these are the mistakes which you can avoid if you have the marketing agency. And to be honest, I don't care about the views, if I get in this video. I just want you guys to help out over here, so you can avoid this 5 crucial mistakes, inside your agency business or any service-based business if you have that, which can just help you get more money, have better clients, and a better agency overall. So let's get with that. The first one, which is client communication. Second one, not hiring too soon. So this is basically not hiring too soon. Third is unable to build a productized, service framework. Fourth is the execution speed. And fifth is not following the 80-20 rule. Now I'm going to go over here in depth exactly what I, did, but this is like the overall framework of the 5 mistakes which I did. The one over here, which of course is poor client communication. Now, see, if you have got a client, which means if you have closed a client, it does not mean the client going to be there for 12 months or like 2 years, despite of the results you do. Because see, in the first month or the first 3 months, I would say, anybody who signed up with you, they are not fully in the door. Their one foot is outside, the other foot is inside, and they're still in the, I would say, in the process of trusting you, because again, you're all the way in India running the agency, you never met them. So the trust level has to be built, by having a proper communication. Now, client just don't want results, in this service business, of course, you can say that, Vivek, I have got the client, and now I'm working with the client, they're getting results, and that's it. No, that's not the reality of it. The client want to feel like they're involved in every part of the process, and the best way is to do is over communication. Trust me, guys, you want to be doing over communication, not under communication, because if there is no weekly updates, no simple Loom video about progress, or no clear timeline, the people are not going to trust you. The client you're going to get, they are not going to trust you, and you might have refunds, you might have disputes, which is not good for your business. So what I learned is simply is that have over communication over anything, have weekly check-in calls, maybe building a SOP for the check-in call, and having a system that, designed in such a way that after you have got the client, got the payment, you have a process of communication as well, not just random communication, but having a process as well on communication helps you to streamline and build a better business overall. So even in the future, if you have clients and have good number of clients coming in and having a team, you can actually pass on those SOPs to your client, so you can still have better communication even when you're not there. So having the systems around it helps a lot. Trust me, I have clients like who just like paid me like 10 grand for 1 month, and just because of my ignorance on communication, they just like ask for a refund. Like somebody who's paying 10 grand upfront, of course they trust you for that. But again, it's just not about results. It's about communication with the client. And I have retained client for like over a year, like when I have my communication part like absolute narrow down. And those clients are not having, they're getting results, but not that great results, but they are still with me because the communication is great. I'm being involved in every part of the process, and they are now seeing results because again, communication is great. The framework is there right now, and I'm helping them to achieve the results they are looking for. So this helps a lot, to retain more client. So again, make sure to have a clear communication, because nobody, I think, on the internet, especially in the SMMA business, talk about this part, because this is not that sexy. Customer service is not that sexy part to be involved with. Again, you have to be good at communication, so make sure you build SOP as well once you see something working on inside that communication part of your business. So customer support is absolute necessary in any service business, so make sure you have that, right? Okay. Mistake number two. Mistake number two is basically not hiring too soon. So if you have something right now that is working for you, which means, it can be something like a message or an offer, that is getting results right now for you. Your job is to double down on that. That's it. No buying bullshit things, no just going out and partying, and no just like doing shopping, because now you have got the clients coming in, you have getting the great messages coming on. Your goal is doubling down on what's working. That's it. You have your expenses aside, you have the financial expenses of your monthly or whatever it is aside. Now invest in doubling down. Hire more VAs to do more cold calling, hire more VAs, do more outreach. Just do double of what is working for you right now. Very cold DM, cold calls, cold messages, maybe ad, whatever it is. Just double down on that. What is getting results for you? Because the moment you left, your foot from the pedal, you're going to lose the momentum. So make sure you have the momentum going on, and for that, just double down on getting more results. Maybe hiring more VAs, getting more accounts to do outreach, or just spending more money in the ads, whatever it is. Do that, because I had things going on where I get great results. I mean, message, great offer, and I didn't double down on that, which costed me, a lot of money, of course. I wasn't able to get more clients. And then I was wondering, like I have a great message coming on, but why am I not able to scale that monthly, MRR basically? So double down again. That is very important. Hire soon, or just have things going on and double down on that. Okay. Mistake three is basically not having a productized framework. Now, what I mean by having a productized framework, which means a simple example is that right now, if you, the Henry Ford, the guy who owned the company Ford, right? Ford Motors. Basically, he is the guy who actually invented the concept of, conveyor belts. So he was the guy who actually invented the formula or the method of conveyor belt, where you have, this one car they was making, and they have this assembly line of people in that conveyor belt where they will fill the chassis, the engine, the tire, the paint, and the car is out. So they have a system built where they have like one product with a system in place where they have different tasks, and at the end of the funnel, which means the exit door, they will have the product, which is the car, delivered to the person, and that's it. There were no fancy thing including over here, and this is just the formula you have to also in place. Which means if you have this like niche that is working on, and you're getting clients from there as well, get more clients on the same niche and make a system to deliver the results to your client in a systemized way, not having different offers for different people and doing different jobs. If you do that, you will be always focusing on and just being in that kind of place where you're investing a lot more on the delivery part and having less profit coming down. So that's not a good position to have a niche, then have a system to get results for that niche, having one simple solution. That's it. So if you not have a repeatable process, no defined system, you are not going to scale at all. So make sure you have that. So even if you have the premium offer, have a clear beginning, middle, and end. Define deliverables, define your timelines, having a good tools, and then outcome. If a service isn't replaceable, it's repeatable, it's not scalable. So if you cannot repeat your services and results, you cannot scale, because you cannot build things differently for different people, because in that process you must spend more time in delivery. And if you are a bootstrap agency owner with no funds at all, you will just stuck with delivery part and unable to scale things. So have a systemized delivery system which you can just repeat the process and scale and get focused mainly on getting more and more clients. That's the thing, over here. Number fourth is slow execution. Now, I cannot tell you guys how important it is that your speed to execution determines everything in your life and in the business as well. Because see, there's a loop of growth. I call this as a loop of growth. So what happens is that if your speed to execution is slow, which means suppose you wanna test the offer, and you're taking 6 months or like 3 months or like 4 months to just execute the offer, your feedback loop to the offer or the message you have will be slow. And the slower the feedback loop will be, the slower the growth will be. So it's a loop where you have a speed, then you have, your feedback loop, and then you have your growth. So if your speed to feedback is fast, your feedback to growth is also faster. And that is the loop it's going to go. So make sure your speed to your feedback loop is faster on that, so you can get more results. I'm not sure if that makes sense, overall, but I want to just show you guys that always focus on speeding your execution so you can get feedbacks faster, and then again, the growth will be much faster as well. So focus on that. Number 5, and the biggest thing which I would tell you guys right now, is ignoring the 80-20 rule. Now, I have 2 parts over here I want to share with you guys. The first thing is I was doing everything. I was doing sales, operation, creative, funnels, ads. It is good. In the beginning, it is very good. You're a freelancer, just starting out, you have to do everything. And that's very, very normal to have. But at some point, when you're passing that 10K or 12K or 15K mark, if you want to scale further down to 50K or like 60K, 51K, or like around 40 to 60 mark per month, like 40K to 60K per month mark, you have to actually add on more people to help you with your fulfillment either, or operation, or sales. If you're not having these elements in place, you would not be able to scale, and I guarantee you that you cannot do alone. If anybody who's doing alone, he might be a genius or probably a god, because if you want to scale that level of income per month with having that mental sanity, you need to get people on board, for this elements: operation, sales, or your delivery. That's it. Second thing which I did mistake on this part was not focusing on what is working the best. So what happens that, in your agency business, if you're starting out and you're getting clients and businesses coming down, for yourself, there would be 1 to 2 platforms that is getting the most results. For example, you're doing outreach on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, maybe Reddit, or doing email marketing, or doing cold calling. Multiple things are there right now. So out of this 5 to 6 different cold outreach messages, if you're starting out, you might be getting results from just 1 or 2. That's it. Your goal is figuring out fast what exactly are the 1 or 2 pipelines getting the most results for your business, and then doubling down on that thing. That's it. Not focusing on all of it, because if you're going to focus your energy and your time in all of those things, it's not going to work, because 80% of your business will come with the 20% of the effort you put in. And that's the reality of it. So figure out fast exactly which are the platforms getting the most results for your business, and then just do that outreach or do the offer creation and focus entirely on how it can be more different, more unique in those, ways of getting businesses. That's it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this mistake which I mentioned over here kind of help somebody if you're starting out as an agency owner or just as a freelancer. These mistakes are crucial, because you're gonna make these mistakes, and I'm absolutely not in care about the views I can get over here or not. I just want to help people over here to avoid the mistakes right now, because these mistakes are not just going to take your energy and time, but also cost you financially if you're not moving out carefully with the steps over here. So I hope this video helps. If it does, leave the comment and tell me about your mistakes you have done in the agency. I would love to learn something new from you guys. And subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.